Welcome back to Two Houses, One Home. I'm Kourtney Kirkpatrick, and I'm with Home Inc., a local affordable housing agency. We're building an accessory dwelling unit behind a new home in the Oak Park neighborhood. Accessory dwelling units are just a smaller home that shares a residential lot with a larger single-family home. In this series, we'll be showing you the construction of our ADU and learning how these homes can benefit the community. In today's episode, the ADU is finished and we can't wait to show it off. But first, let's check in with Brad Anderson from AARP Iowa. So I'm here with State Director of AARP Iowa, Brad Anderson. Brad, thanks for joining me today.
It's great to be here. Thanks, Kourtney.
So to start, Brad, why is AARP so excited about ADUs?
Well, AARP has fought for ADUs for years now, so finally it's kind of caught momentum in communities across the country, including here in Des Moines. And there are a number of reasons for that. Number one is they do provide an affordable housing option. So we need more affordable housing in Des Moines, and ADUs clearly provide that. Number two is it connects caregivers to their loved ones. And whether or not it's, an older parent who may need some caregiving support, or potentially you've got a younger parent who needs some childcare support for their child, and the grandparent can provide that. So there are a number of ways that ADUs provide that caregiving support that so many families rely on. And the third reason that AARP is involved in this space is because it does provide some additional income for older Iowans who are on a fixed income if they want to use that property for a rental property.
Okay, so what are some things that family members should consider when thinking about building an ADU?
Well, there are a couple things that everyone should consider. Number one is, does your local ordinance allow you to build an accessory dwelling unit? And some do and some don't, and some make it easier than others. And so I would just call your local building permitting department, within the city, and figure out exactly what that ordinance is and whether or not you are zoned to be allowed to build an ADU. The second thing is budget. I'm not going to lie, some of these ADUs get expensive to build. Some are more affordable. So, for example, a basement ADU, we've seen could cost around $50,000, give or take, obviously. And then there are other ADUs, standalone ADUs in your backyard, and those can run, $150,000 or sometimes even north of that. So you need to consider budget. And the final thing, and this is where Home Inc. is excellent, is you have to really know, are you able to be a landlord if that's the direction that you want to head? And so this means, are you going to provide a lease? Are you going to split the utilities? How does the cohabitation of this space work with you and the person potentially renting the accessory dwelling unit? So I think when anyone is looking at these types of properties, that's a good place to start. But again, I don't want to scare people off. ADUs are a very practical way to provide affordable housing in your community.
Great. And AARP has some resources around ADUs that you can share?
We have some terrific resources. In fact, I've got one of those resources right here I'd like to share. So this is the ABCs of ADUs. This is one of the more popular publications that we provide at AARP. And if you are a first-time ADU builder, or you're just considering an ADU, this is a great place to start. It's very user-friendly. It can be downloaded at www.aarp.org/ADU, and you'll see the ABCs of ADUs right there.
Okay, so Brad, is it just seniors that benefit from ADUs?
Not at all. I mean, AARP, obviously, we fight for older Americans, but it's I would say there are two big demographics that benefit the most from ADUs. Number one are families. If you are an older Iowan who needs some caregiving support, an ADU is the right fit. If you're a parent who needs childcare support, an ADU is the right fit. If you are a college student who needs a place to live after you graduate, an ADU could be the right fit for you. So for families, an ADU makes a lot of sense. In addition to that, for communities, and we have seen in central Iowa, this is starting to become more of an issue. Certainly around the country, especially on the coast, this has been an issue for a long time. We have affordable housing issues right now, and we need to address them. And what I've often said is, in a place like Des Moines, you don't have a lot of land, but we have a lot of backyards, and a lot of those yards are going underutilized. And so if we can take advantage of these yards and build some more affordable housing stock within our communities will benefit tremendously. And that's why accessory dwelling units make a lot of sense.
Well, thank you, Brad, for joining us for the interview today.
You're welcome.
Well, let's go back to the ADU site and see the finished product. So I'm here with Tony Montgomery, Home Inc.'s Executive Director. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Kourtney.
So we're here, our final interview is in the finished ADU. How do you feel?
I feel fantastic. We're very excited to have this done. With this being the first time we've built an accessory dwelling unit, it's turned out better than we could have expected. You can see today we have it staged, but it really feels and lives so much larger than I expected when we started this project. It's staged one way, but there's so many different ways that the purchaser can use this space. I'm going to be excited to see how they do it.
So did the project end up coming out like we thought it would?
It really did. There was a lot of unknowns, being this is the first time we built a project like this, but we stayed pretty close to our original budget. And other than being a smaller unit, the construction and costs really fell in line with any other similar type of new construction project.
So what happens now, Tony?
Well, the project now is officially for sale, and we have an open house coming up very soon. What I'm most excited about is for people to see this new type of housing and get excited about the potential for accessory dwelling units all around the city.
So that's a wrap on the 2 Houses, 1 Home video series. If you'd like to learn more about the ADU, you can visit our website at homeincdsm.org, and don't forget to like and subscribe to check out the other videos. Thanks for watching.